Yes, you've read the title correctly. Today, I am going to rank which TF2 YouTubers I could beat up in a fight. And now, I'm not talking about in Team Fortress 2, no. I am talking about in real life. If push comes to shove, we're throwing hands, fisticuffs, which YouTubers could I beat up? And which YouTubers would I absolutely get destroyed by? All of this is in good fun. I'm not trying to start beef with anybody. And if your favorite YouTuber is not on this list, I apologize. I tried to gather a good selection of new and old and legacy TF2bers, but I might have missed some, so if I did, let me know in the comments down below. Alright, time to kick some butt.
3, 2, 1, go!
Real fast, I'm going to explain the tier list. So first we got GG Easy. So this is like, I take them down in one punch. Like, it's not even a problem. Win, you know, it might be a hard fight, but eventually I will prevail. Tie, pretty self-explanatory. You call that breaking my spine? That basically means that I lost, but I gave up a good fight anyway. Ah, my spine!
My spine!
That means I lost terribly. Like, they would absolutely destroy me in every conceivable way. They will destroy me emotionally. They'll destroy me physically. They'll destroy me metaphysically. Let's get into it. First one up is going to be Big Joey. Now, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that he's a heavy main. Maybe it's the fact that he has a deep voice, but I think this person could very easily break my spine. But he just seems like look at that profile picture. I'm intimidated already by that profile picture alone. So that's where he's going to break my spine. Not a good start for me, to be honest, but I think I could beat up some of these guys. In fact, let me choose one I think I could beat up real fast. Ah, yes. Pyro Joe. Alright. So here's how I imagine this going down. I love his content, good stuff. We actually started YouTube around the same time, because I remember seeing his videos like really early on. So glad to see him blow up the way he has. Good for him. But here's how I think it's going to go. He'd be like, "Hi guys, it's me, Pyro Joe, speaking in an accent." And then I would just punch him in the face and he would just go down. I don't think there's much fight in Pyro Joe. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Easily, GG Easy. Okay, so I realize now that it might be a little bit difficult for you to agree with these opinions because you don't really know what I look like. You don't know how beefy I am or skinny. So let's do a little exercise here, okay? Close your eyes. Imagine the kind of person that has this voice, that talks the way I do. All right? Do you have an image in your head? Now open your eyes. Is this what you were thinking? It's all muscle, baby. But seriously, if you want to know what I look like, follow me on my twitter.com. I think I'm going to do Soundsmith next. So Soundsmith is actually I've watched some of his streams, of course. I've watched like the majority of his videos. He seems like a very nice guy. Just down to earth, ready to laugh at life. Like, he likes laughing, so he does that all the time. I kind of feel like he would be able to tell my fighting style just by the clothes I'm wearing, which is a little bit intimidating. Like if I'm wearing like a sweater that day, he'll know that I'm going for the left hook first, that kind of a thing, and that's kind of scary. That's an unknown variable. I think I'm going to put him in. I would personally be able to win. I think I could beat Soundsmith. Next up is, I think I'll do Banny. So Banny, of course, very famous competitive Team Fortress 2 player. He definitely would beat me in Team Fortress 2. Like, without a question of a doubt, he will beat me in Team Fortress 2. But we're not talking about Team Fortress 2 today. We're talking about fighting each other IRL. And in that case, he would probably still be... Honestly, I don't think he'll break my spine. I don't think I'll lose super terribly. But I do think he would destroy me. He would beat me. Next up is Truthfully TV. This guy, very smart. Knows a lot about Team Fortress 2. But you know that comic where it's like, where do you work out? At the library? That's Toofy. So I feel like in a 1v1 fight, I'll be able to take him pretty easy. I'm going to put that at GG easy. In fact, Pyro Joe goes behind Toofy on that. Let's go ahead and get some of the Golden Age TF2bers out of the way. So we got Star _. So Star, of course I've watched all of his videos with him and Germa. Even though he doesn't post TF2 content anymore, or even probably play the game much anymore, I still consider him a TF2ber in my brain when I think about, you know, Team Fortress 2 YouTubers. So I'm going to say I could probably beat Star. Or should be a tie. No, I could beat Star. I could beat him up.
He is pretty hot, though.
Okay, next. Alright, next up is Germa. Wait, isn't this the guy that made Germa Craft?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 1 of Germacraft, the series where I play Minecraft. This is going to be a single-player Let's Play. And when I say Let's Play, I use that term.
All jokes aside, I know for his age, he's very physically fit, which intimidates me a little bit. So, oh wait, but no, he's actually really short. Isn't he really short? Like look at all these images of him being short. Easy. I'm like 6'3". So, Array 7, really good editing. Really seems like a really genuine person as well. All of these people are excellent, awesome people. He has a deep voice, which, like, again, it's the cliche, right? But you expect someone with a deep voice to be able to just go ham. So I don't think I could beat him, but I don't think he could beat me either. He's a medic main. He heals people. He doesn't fight people. So that's a tie. That's a tie for me. Mr.Paladin. So, spy main turned medic main. He has ferrets, I think. I think I've seen that somewhere, which I respect. I've had a couple ferrets in my life. So, I respect that about him. But, on the scale of if I can beat him or not, I'm going to say that's a pretty easy win. To be honest with you.
Not to mention the fact that he's also a medic main now, instead of a spy main. So again, he heals people instead of hurts them. Array 7 just has a deeper voice. Alright, so the next one I think I'll choose is Hintshot. Hintshot is a relatively new TF2 YouTuber, but he makes excellent spy content. His claim to fame, quote-unquote, is a spy video where he explains why the spy is the weakest class of Team Fortress 2, which I agree with. The spy needs some buffs for sure. The thing about this guy is that conventionally he doesn't seem that intimidating. He's kind of soft-spoken, it seems like. But the thing about him is I think that actually works to his benefit. He sounds kind of mysterious. He sounds like what the spy would sound like if he wasn't French.
All right, who's ready to go find the spy?
Cheerio.
Which could be a little bit intimidating. I think we'll tie. I think towards the beginning of the fight, I'll have the advantage, but probably halfway through or when he's on his last legs, he'll have some trick up his sleeve that I wasn't expecting, and he'll even it out. Okay, let's do Zesty Jesus, another man with a very deep voice. So that automatically makes me a little bit intimidated. And also this profile picture, like, look at this man. It's chaotic energy. He's also very analytical about Team Fortress 2. He likes breaking things down, talking about the intricacies of the game. I think that makes him a little bit more analytical than Big Joey here. So I almost think that because of his voice, because of his profile picture, I think he's gonna break my spine. I'm gonna be honest with you. Zesty Jesus would break my spine. Let's do Maxbox. Now, everybody knows his backstory, how he was a hacker, how he uses his knowledge for hacking abilities to better the game, to worm out other hackers. That's what he does. He's like
what a narrative arc. He's a bad guy turned good, you know? He's like a hero with a bad past, with an edgy past. That gives him some bonus points. If it wasn't for that, I would probably beat him. In fact, I think I'm still going to be able to beat him. Yep. Next up is Grizzly Barry. I love his horse videos with everybody. And he can sing, which is a cool talent, but it won't help him in a fight. He's like a bard. And bards notoriously are bad at one-on-one fighting. They need a group of people to do well. So I'm gonna put him in GG easy. Next up is Funk. I really appreciate his like early 2000s YouTube aesthetic. So I still remember him when he had the Windmaker profile. And if I'm fighting that, then I think I would probably win. I could beat a kid. Please don't take that out of context. Next one on the chopping block is R. So R kind of sounds a little bit monotone, but in a cool way. Like he's kind of just mildly uninterested in what he's talking about. But you can tell he really puts passion in his videos, so that's not true. Well, there is a saying, you wouldn't punch a man with glasses. Well, this isn't a man. This is an anthropomorphized animal. And I have no qualms about hitting an animal with glasses. Please, don't take that one out of context either. Next one up is Pride. Pride is another one of those smaller YouTubers, but absolutely quality YouTuber. He made this video about MVM that was very well produced. Like the Source Filmmaker bits, he learned Source Filmmaker explicitly to make that video. Like he learned it as he was making it. It's actually very impressive. I'm gonna put him as a tie. Next one up is Shaunik. I think I'm saying that correctly. I think I know where this one's gonna go, and it might surprise you. This guy's kind of the information master when it comes to TF2 for really just obscure stuff that I find incredibly interesting, but I would have never thought about. Now, you might think I might put him in GG easy like Toofy, because once again, he's probably part of this comic. But he gives off some vibes that I think he is both. I think he's big and smart. He can break my spine. Next up is a man that needs no introduction, Lazy Purple. Now, Lazy Purple is a simply fantastic content creator. If you would tell me that his videos take a team of 40 to produce in a timely fashion, I would believe you. But nope, it is just him just cranking out videos. So my first reflex here is to think that I could beat Lazy Purple pretty easily. But I did some reflecting, I did some thinking, and you know what? Every time he makes a video, he fights something way scarier than me. He fights Source Filmmaker and wins every time. So he would probably beat me. I don't think he'll break my spine, but he would probably beat me in a fight. Last but certainly not least is Uncle Dane. Now, Uncle Dane is a mainstay in the Team Fortress 2 community. He has spent so many hours just teaching new players how to play the game, especially and specifically Engineer. Now, Engineer is a very good class, very cool class, very smart class, but the way Uncle Dane plays him is a very... He makes Engineer fun, because there's a way you can play Engineer that's not fun. He makes it so it is fun by being aggressive and shooting people in the face with the shotgun. That being said, I guess the question here is is he more brain than brawn? Because we're in a fist fight. All of this knowledge, all of the timing, all of the Dust Bowl rollouts he knows, it's not going to help him in a fist fight. That's all I'm saying. Easy win. I could beat up Uncle Dane. thanks for watching, and consider subscribing if you want. I'm going to be posting a lot more TF2 content coming soon, mostly along the same lines as my previous video, which got an overwhelmingly positive response. I just wanted to thank you guys for that. That has been such an awesome treat to read those amazing comments. Seriously, thank you.